tropical storm Melissa that we are tracking in the Caribbean, which is expected to become a hurricane. We already have hurricane watches that have been posted for parts of Jamaica and Haiti, and we just received our 5 a.m. update. So want to give that to you. The newest information that we're seeing is that this thing is nearly stationary, meaning its movement is basically at 0 miles per hour.
How often do you see this on this graphic? Normally you see the direction north, northwest, west. Yesterday, 2 miles per hour. Now it says stationary. This is rare to see something like this on an update from the National Hurricane Center, but it goes to show the lack of movement.
Yeah, it sure does. And so the 2 a.m. advisory actually showed that movement at, to your point,
2 miles
Craig,
per hour.
It was only 2 miles per hour. It was at a snail's pace.
You can walk faster.
It's correct. No, the idea is looking forward that we'll eventually see Melissa eke toward the north and possibly even the northwest by later on this afternoon and then into this evening. But its movement is super slow, and that's really a big part of the forecast is the fact that it's so slow that this is going to be here for days on end.
This concern for flooding due to the amount of rain that will add up over the days while it's sitting there not moving, and the consistent winds. Let's not forget that, because the consistent winds on top of soil that will be saturated will lead to even more power outages, possible landslides, mudslides. You've got unsettled, if you have unsettled ground anywhere on those mountains and then you add rain on top of that and then wind, it just makes it even more unstable, if you will.
Yeah, it sure does. And so when you look at where this thing is, the actual center of circulation, the low, is actually right about here-ish or so. What you'll notice is there is some displacement with where the showers and thunderstorms are at right here.
Right.
Basically, that's all obviously due to a little bit of wind shear still working against the super intensification, if you will, of Melissa.
It's been, the hurricane hunters have been going into the system, which is critical information. Last night, they were talking about how the center was in one location. You go up to 5,000 feet. It was a different location, 10,000 feet. It's not stacked, and that's what they're looking at. You can see the radar coming down right now. This is going to be a concern for the Puerto Rico, the DR for sure. We've been talking about Jamaica, but right now those are the places getting influenced by this for sure.
Yeah, those where Punta Cana is. This is, of course, where the western side of Puerto Rico is. San Juan, the capital, is right here, so well west of the capital city. But nevertheless, though, you look at Jamaica, where we're expecting a torrential amount of rain here, Craig.
A major concern.
Couple of days. So yeah, it's all signs and signals right now just showing that this is going to continue to strengthen, possibly into a moderate category 4 hurricane.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. You can see where the cone goes right there. Let's go beyond the cone as we continue to watch that, because there's that north turn you were talking about, Michael. The GFS, that outlier yesterday that we were talking about, and the day before that, in some way seems to be winning out over a lot of the other forecast models, and some of them starting to shift in this direction. We talk about Melissa right now and the location. Boy, with not much movement, this is a concern, to your point, for Jamaica. There you can see where it sits, and you're looking at the tropical threat. When we look at this map, normally you see some movement with those reds or the blues, according to the legend. Where do we have the most confidence that this is going to intensify or become something? You take into account all the models we're looking at. And this doesn't move a lot, which is a major concern. Now, this is through the day today. Then watch this. Slow movement does this little thing to the west and then perhaps up to the north. They're latching on. The computer models are now starting to do this. A lot of it having to do with that dip in the jet we were talking about. But we've got a number of those dips in the jets in the week ahead. We've got 3 really when you think about it, but the second one will help to lift it out of here. Michael, Jamaica smack in the middle of this entire time. Now we're looking at it right through the 29th. Today is the 24th, so 5 days out. Hasn't moved a lot. That's a concern for flooding, and we were talking about the winds as well.
Yeah, no, we're thinking that places like Jamaica need to be prepared for rain that could be well over a foot. And, Jamaica, as you know, perhaps not as mountainous as Hispaniola, but there's still mountains in Jamaica.
What do you think, like 7,000 feet, I think?
7,000, yeah, 7,000 in Jamaica, and then 10,000 in the DR and Haiti.
Right. And I think when you look at this and you look at the island of Jamaica, there's a lot of moisture to work with. It's obviously an area where it's humid year round anyway, especially based on where it is. There's a look at Category 3, perhaps by Monday, expected to rapidly intensify because of those warmer waters that it's dealing with, the lack of wind shear that we start to get into a place, and then the strength of this first jet that we're watching, or Tuesday morning's jet rather. If it's strong enough, if the storm is strong enough, it will be potentially lifted and taken out of here a little bit quickly. A weaker jet would allow the system to stay in the Caribbean, having impacts on places like Cuba. There's another jet that comes in by the middle part of the week that would help, if it's strong enough, to promote the movement of this to the north and northeast. And then, Michael, beyond that, there's one more that comes in. So at that point, when the storm potentially could be here, another jet comes in, which would help to continue to move this off to the northeast, which would buffer the United States at this point, other than coastal impacts.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, I think just in general, when you look at all of the different forecast models that we're looking at.
Right here, look at those.
Yeah, you know, the good news is that it seems as if all of our models are pretty consistent in one thing, and that's keeping it away from the United States.
Yeah.
So if there's any hope for at least the U.S. mainland, it's that most of our forecast models, almost all of them, are showing this not directly impacting the U.S. mainland.
Yeah.